Hello and welcome to Easy Math channel. This week we'll go over a simple video which will discuss about greatest common factor, which is also known as GCF. Let me use my marker. Okay, so greatest common factor, greatest common factor, or it's also known as greatest common divisor. So when you come across a question which asks for GCF or GCD, it means the same. So in this video, we will go over a couple of examples how to find out GCF, and then we'll also use at some of the application that how we can simplify fractions using GCF or GCD. And let's go directly into a couple of examples. And we will try to solve it two different ways in order to find out a GCF. The most common way that you'll find across other YouTube videos or anywhere if you Google is, so for example, let's just say we have two number which is 12 and 8. So first example is find out GCF of 12 and 8. Now the most common method, as I was saying, that you would find across other websites or other videos is to find out all the factors and then look at all the common factors and then figure out what the GCF is. So first is find out all factors. And when I say factors, I mean like the numbers that you can divide the numbers in question. So all the numbers, or in other words, all the number that has 12 in its table. So 12 is divisible by 1, or in the other way, 12 is divisible by 2, 12 is divisible by 3, it's also divisible by 4, 6, and again 12 is divisible by 12 or itself. So you can say all the numbers that so 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 12 that has 12 in its table, or all the numbers that 12 is divisible by. So those are all the factors for 12. And then for all the factors for 8 would be 1. So 8 is divisible by 1. 8 is divisible by 2, by 4, and also by 8. So second step, once we have all the factors, second step is figure out all the common factors. So it's 1, it's 2, and sorry, it's not 3, and then it's 4. So all the common factors are 1, 2, and 4. And the third step is the greatest number is GCF or GCD. So in 1, 2, 4, it's 4 is the greatest. So the GCF of 12, 8 is 4. So that's one way that you would find most of the people talking about. Now let's look at another way. So again, 12 and 8. The other way we can write 12 is 2 times 6. And then 6 can be written as 2 times 2 times 3. 8 can be written as 2 times 4, and it can further be written as 2 times 2 times 2. Now this number that you see are all the multiples of only the prime numbers. So 2 is a prime, 3 is a prime. And if you see that 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 3 is 12, 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8. And then once we have these numbers, we will try to find again the common numbers. So 2 is common, and then again this 2 is common. And then we multiply both the common numbers. So 2 is common, and then again 2 is common, and we get 4. So again, the GCF by using method 1 or by using method 2 is again the same number. You would get same number. Ideally, I prefer this method because it's just easier. than finding out all the common factors, because these are small numbers, so it's easier to find out all the factors. So what if it's a big numbers, like say 1024? It's just hard to figure out all the factors for 1024 than trying to figure out, okay, all the prime multiples, or a different way of writing factors for 12 and 8. Let's go over another example, and we will do, again, we'll solve it by two different ways. So let's say we have 12 and 30. So way one is writing down all the factors, which is 1. So 12 is divisible by 1, 12 is divisible by 2, 12 is divisible by 3, by 4, 6, and then 12 itself. Same for 30 is 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 10, 15, and then 30. The next step is to write down all the common numbers, which is 1, 2, 3, and then 6. So 1, 2, 3, and then 6, and the greatest is 6. So GCF of 12 and 6 and 30 is 6. Now let's look at another way, which is 12 can be written as 2 times 6, and then which is again 2 times 2 times 3. Remember, we have to stop when all the numbers in our multiples are prime. That's it. That's the end step. For 30 is, we can write it as 2 times 15, and then 15 can be written as 2 times 3 times 5. That's it. This is prime, prime, and prime. Now we'll look at the common numbers. So this is common, and then this is common. So 2 and then times 3, we get 6. So this is the final answer for a GCF or a GCD. So GCF of 1230 or GCD of 1230 is 6. Cool. So that's how you find out GCF or a GCD for a number. Now let's use this knowledge and try to simply use this knowledge and see how we can use it to simplify a fraction. So let's say I have this number, which is 6 over 18, and we need to further simplify it. So one way is writing down all the common factors for 6 and 18, and I'll go the second way that we discussed in like couple minutes before. So 6 can be written as 2 times 3, and 18 can be written as 2 times 9, and 9 can be written as 2 times 3 times 3. And we can see, let me write it down again, 2 times 3. So we can see that 2 is common, and we can see that 3 is common. So it's 2 and then 3, which is 6. So 6 is the GCD or GCF of 6 and 18. So the first step is to find GCF, and then the second step is divide numerator and denominator by GCF. So we'll divide 6 by 6, and we'll divide 18 by 6. So 6 divided by 6 is 1, 18 divided by 6 is 3. So the simplified fraction 6 by 18 is 1 over 3. Let's look at one more example. Let's say we have fraction 9 over 12. Let's find out the GCF for this. So 9 can be written as 3 times 3, and 12 can be written as 2 times 2 times 3. Right? 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 3 is 12. So the common number we have here is just 3. So the GCF for 9 and 12 is 3. And the second step is to divide numerator and denominator by GCF. So 9 divided by 3, and then 12 divided by 3. So 9 divided by 3 is 3, 12 divided by 3 is 4. So this is the simplified version. So 9 by 12 when simplified further is 3 over 4. And that's how you can use GCF or GCD to simplify fraction. I hope this video was useful for you to understand how do you figure out GCD or GCF, which is greatest common factor or greatest common divisor. For two numbers or more numbers, the idea is going to be the same, and how to use GCD or GCF to further simplify a given fraction. So if you do like this video, please subscribe to my channel Easy Math, and please leave your comments below, and feel free to share this video with your other friends. And I will see you next week. And in the next week video, I'm going to talk about least common multiples, how to find our least common multiples, and again, how we can use least common multiple for solving other kind of problems. And I'll see you next week. Thank you. Take care.